What's up, MMA fans? It's Tudor Leonte from Sherdog here, and today I'm with UFC lightweight contender Claudio Puelles. Hello, Claudio, and welcome back on Sherdog. How are you?
Hello. All good. I'm happy to be here with Sherdog.
Listen, so we were chatting before I started recording the interview. Are you back in Peru right now? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm here in Peru. I've been here for 2 days, and it's been really good to come back and have some downtime in my country before I get back to work.
Do you have to, I don't know, are you required to do some kind of quarantine, after you enter the country, or are you free to go right now?
Yes, I have to quarantine for 2 weeks, but I can do it at home.
Oh, okay. That's, it makes sense. And I believe also for you, it's quite good, to be at your own home.
Yes, of course. None being like quarantining in a hotel would be pretty bad.
So you recently defeated via decision Jordan Leavitt at UFC Vegas 28. Let's talk a bit about that fight. Did you expect a sort of grappling match with your opponent?
Yes, I knew we were probably both gonna want to stand for a while, but eventually the grappling was gonna happen. It's an MMA fight, so I think usually in all fights there should be at least some grappling. You have like an open like a glove for something, to grab and create like grappling exchanges. Not all the fights have to be like all grappling, like like this almost was, but well, he wanted to take me down, so at the beginning he was able to do it, but after a little while I made some adjustments, and yeah, I just started like doing my offense instead of only defending. When I started going offensive with the grappling, I started getting the best out of the rounds, and eventually won the fight.
Did your strategy involve these grappling exchanges?
Not really. That was an adjustment I made after round one. My original strategy was to like move around, throw some leather, and then defend the takedowns. But I was only round one. I was only defending, and he was kind of doing good, hanging onto my leg, and like going like attack after attack. So I was like, okay, if he's gonna like do that like all round, I mean, I knew he was like gonna get tired of that, because that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of like pressure on your lower back, especially like hanging onto a single leg for that long. But I just thought, if he's gonna keep on doing this, I better just like go and attack myself, like on the with the grappling. I should just like start attacking, because I already lost round one, so I have to switch it up in round two. If I like maybe only like try to throw strikes and then he shot again and did the same thing for round one, I would have needed a finish in round three. So I had to switch it up. I did that. My coach, he told me to take charge of the fight, so that's what I did.
As you said, you dominated your opponent on the canvas in the second and the third round. In the third round, the referee made you stand up while you were in a sort of north-south position. You looked a bit surprised for that decision. Is that it? Is that correct?
Yes, and we talked about it after the fight. Like right as soon as the fight finished, you can see me speaking to the ref, because he came to me after the fight finished to talk about it, and like inside the octagon, I mean, and he told me he gave me a warning, but I told him straight up, like I was like in a good mood, because I thought I had like won the fight, so it didn't really matter at that point. I still like did good, but it did bother me at the time it happened. I had a dominant position, and he wasn't gonna get up. Like I knew he wasn't gonna get up the rest of the round. I had the position very tight. Like nobody was gonna like, get me out of there. And yeah, I could have put a little more like ground and pound going on, But that's a dominant position. I had passed his guard. That equals a mount. That equals a back control. So you don't stun somebody there when you're in that position. Like I remember, I once got stunned up from there on an amateur fight like many years ago, and I understand because there were no strikes involved to the face, and also the referee was very amateur as well. It was a fight in Peru, but we're talking about from with a referee from Vegas in the UFC. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. Like you don't separate somebody when, like, let's say like someone like throws like a big hook or big right hand and you like crack the other guy. Referee doesn't like step in and like separates them at that time. That doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen when you have a dominant position on the ground. Like that shouldn't happen. I was like past his guard. Like he just like saved him. He just like saved him and like gave him a chance to win the round. I didn't let him. I didn't let him after that, but he gave him a chance, and that's not right.
Yeah, sure. You made your point. Ultimately, you went on to win the fight. You took home a unanimous decision. How do you feel after the fight? Any injuries?
No, I'm good. I feel I'm healthy. I just have some mad burns like all over my feet and on my knees, but I'll go like in like a week maybe, and yeah, I'll be back at train. I want to train already. I feel very happy if I could train, but yeah, it's gonna be a couple more days and then I'll be back on the mats.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you switched camps for this fight?
Yes, I made the switch to Sanford MMA in South Florida. I'm training there now. I'm gonna be heading back over there in July after some vacations here in Peru, and yep, start training before I have a fight. I wanna like have some free time to add more tools. Without having a fight schedule. You know what I mean? To like train with no stress. It's always good to have that time, and then I'll schedule something. So I'm not in no rush. I just fought, and I'm still gonna fight again this year.
Is Sanford MMA your new camp now?
Yes, that's where I'm staying.
Okay. So, how come? I have to ask you here. How come you waited for almost 2 years, before fighting again in the UFC?
Because I couldn't leave Peru. Pandemic hit, and they didn't let me fight. They didn't give me any fights, and they didn't like the UFC didn't give me fights, and the Peruvian government didn't let us leave the country. I could barely leave my apartment for 3 months. I couldn't leave. Like I didn't like went past the door.
Yeah,
So it was basically not my fault. Like I couldn't help it. And before that, I fought in September 2019 last. I was asking for a fight in February of 2020. They didn't give it to me. And then March came and COVID hit and it was over. I can't believe it was almost 2 years. It was out of my hands. I wasn't injured or anything. I came up basically perfect from that fight in September, and I came out pretty good from this fight too. So that makes me very happy. 2 back-to-back fights without injuries. Only the same mad burns, same exact mad burn from last fight. I got on this fight, but yeah, it's all good. Like that's nothing like too serious. Just gotta take care of it. It's kind of uncomfortable because if you see, like, I'm gonna show you my feet. It's very like uncomfortable. I have to like wear sandals all day, and it's like all burned everywhere. It's very very uncomfortable to like deal with this, but it is what it is. Like I'm happy that I was able to win my fight.
I'm guessing the situation in Peru has improved, at the moment, given that you are allowed to travel back and forth, from the country.
Yeah, I mean it's still pretty bad. The protocols are still pretty like bad here compared to Florida. I was really free in Florida. I felt really good all the time. Here you come back and you feel a little like we're still in diapers with a COVID thing going on, but like there hasn't been much progress. But at least now we're able to leave the country, and yeah, that's something that at least lets me and many people keep on like progressing, advancing on their with their goals and stuff. Like you can't like shut down a country. Like the country's almost the country's economy is almost like on the floor.
Mm. And another topic I would like to discuss with you is the MMA situation in Peru. How is it? I don't know. Let's also take into consideration how it was before the COVID-19 hit the whole world, and the kind of all mankind had to struggle. Is it? How is MMA, in Peru? Is it growing? How is the level and the local gyms?
Uh, MMA was growing a lot here in Peru. They were they had amateur events almost every at least like three times a month. So that kept new fighters very busy, and that's a good thing. That's something I didn't had when I was fighting amateur in here, and I really like that that's happening, because that means we're gonna have a new wave of fighters like going pretty hard at it. That's something I wanna I would like encourage like every young fighter to like fight a lot, get a lot of experience. That's the best that can happen to you. Gyms are growing, not necessarily the right way, because you're getting some gyms where you don't get good instruction, and that's not necessarily good, not necessarily bad either, because at least you like the sport, like more people get to know about the sport, but sometimes they don't get good instruction, and that's not a good thing. But there are good gyms. There are gyms where you have like serious trainers. They're like making some new athletes, and that's good. But it could be better. You just need needs to be a little more regulation. Maybe like MMA federation that would help. So all the academies have to go through the federation to actually um, rank as a official MMA gym.
Mhm. Yeah, sure. Um, right now, do you have a particular name in mind for your next fight? Would you like, I don't know, to challenge someone, to call out someone in particular?
You know, I'm not like the type of person who usually make call outs. I don't have nobody in mind. I would like to fight someone who's coming off wins as well, like me. But I don't have nobody in mind. Also, I'm gonna, like I told you, I want some downtime to add tools to my box, because I just switched camps, and uh, I made a lot of improvements in my first camp. So I really want to have another camp, like long camp, so I can have that same um, improvement time that I was having. So I'm not in no rush to like fight in a month. I actually want to have a long time to, not long time. I'm not saying like a year. I'm just saying like 4 months to like actually train, and then fight. I'm still gonna fight this year again for sure, and then fight again as soon as I can. But I want a long camp. That's what I like more. I like improving. I feel like I'm making a lot of improvements in Sanford MMA. It's been such a good time over there, and yeah, basically that.
Sir, before I let you go, in a few days, Conor McGregor will face Dustin Poirier in the final match of their trilogy. Given that you all fight in the lightweight division, I want to ask you, who is your pick, for this fight?
Yeah, besides this fight, I love giving my picks. I always help my friends like win some money on betting. I've helped a lot of friends. Like people like love me over here with asking me about the bets, because I usually get it right. I can't say like every time, because you know how uncertain MMA is, but I usually get them right. So this fight I'm going with Dustin Poirier. Poirier. I think he's pretty good. I think he's made a lot of more improvements than Connor. Maybe he's not as hungry anymore. Well, I mean, that's what he said. That's what he's been saying. But he's definitely more hungry than Connor. Connor's got that big money. He's got everything. I don't think he really needs it like he needed it before. before he needed the wins. He was really hungry, and well, now that he has everything, even if you don't want to, you lose that. You lose that like in turn fire.
Mm. What's I don't know which call has been your best sorry what call has been the best one so far for you, in picking, you said that you help a lot of your friends making money. Which one was your best so far?
You mean what card or
your call, your pick?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I didn't get it.
Sorry, my bad. I struggle to formulate it. Given that you have been saying that you help your friends, making money with MMA picks, which one has been, the most unexpected one, or which one has been the most, who made your friends gain the most?
Well, I've done so I'm like specializing in parlays, like not only like one fight, because that's easy, like anybody can get one fight, but I've been doing, like, for example, on the card that Kamaru fought Masvidal. For example, I mean, in almost every big card I do it with my friends. Like, I help my friends out, like, to pick the fights, but I like getting make them win at least like 3 to 4 fights parlay, like, that's how you get the more money. That's how you get more money. And especially the best ones, I don't remember the names, like then what card it especially was, but I remember I made a parlay where I had 2 underdogs winning and 2 favorites winning. Like, it was like a 4-guy parlay, and I got both. Like, I got like 4 of them right, and my friends got a lot of money for that. They was paying a lot. I don't remember who it was, but I remember it was 2 underdogs and 2 favorites, and they all 4-1, and woo, the pay was crazy that day. My friends were like, "Let me get you something."
Well, next time I can't bet on MMA fights, but one day if I start betting, I will call you for and ask for advice, sir.
For sure, man. For sure you can. Just like
So,
reach out, and I'll be happy to help.
do you have any last message?
Yeah. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm only on Instagram. Well, I'm on Twitter too, but I'm not really there much. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Claudio, my name, Claudio _Puelles. That's it. I got the blue badge, so you know it's me. And yeah, thank you for having me, brother from Sherdog. And well, hope you have me again sometime after I win some other fight.
Sir, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully, I will hear again from you again in the future. Congratulations once again for your amazing victory, and have a nice day.
Thank you, brother.
Goodbye.
Bye.